Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344 back again to do the Oracle cards. I didn't do a read specific to the Divine Masculine today. Today it was just asking God, Source Creator, what the messages should be for those listening. So it was a very cool read today, so you might want to check it out. So it's going to pertain to the masculine and the feminine, but not exclusive to that. And we definitely got channeled messages from Jesus in that read today, so you might want to check it out. So now we're going to go, since Jesus was coming in, we'll go to Jesus today. And we have the Ascension deck here. Okay, so the Ascension deck. So for April 26, 2019, for everyone watching, the best and highest good of all is concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Let's clear and align the deck, clearing and filling with only beautiful organic love and light, diamond light. And God, please armor us all with your love. Let's clear all negative energy from the field across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and reality for the highest good of all is concerned. Filling the empty spaces with only beautiful organic love and light, diamond light. Transmute, transform, transcend, and clear, and so it is. Thank you. Okay, so what do we need to know? What do we need to learn for everyone watching? We're calling in Jesus. What is your message since you came through in the Divine Masculine read? What is your guidance? The bottom of the deck is Archangel Metatron. Okay. And as I often say, I get him as overseeing the masculines. And 27 is that Ace of Wands. It's that new passion, new creativity, new growth, a spark of inspiration. The affirmation is I attune to Archangel Metatron today. So you might want to check in with Metatron. And then for the first card that came out, the main energy here is the Sphinx, number 20, which is Judgment, as it was 220. So it was the 22 and the 20. So we have the Fool. So Judgment of the Fool, right? Isn't the Fool the one who's always judged? People think he's an idiot for going around with an open heart and taking a leap of faith, trusting. That's the 20 of the Sphinx. The Akashic Records have told us this. The Sphinx energy has always been on Earth and watches over us. The High Priest Ra brought it from Atlantis and placed it within the statue of the Sphinx in Egypt. You receive a charge of God Force when you think about it, so relax and accept it now. The Sphinx contains the fifth dimensional records for Earth and the information within the crystal skulls. You're invited to visit the tunnel from the Sphinx to Hollow Earth, a portal of wisdom linked to the ascended aspect of Mars. From here, you can radiate peace and oneness throughout the universe. The affirmation is, I connect to the God Force within the Sphinx. Okay, so you might want to connect to that grounding. That would be a big grounding mechanism as well. So the tunnel from the Sphinx to Hollow Earth, and you may want to visualize that as grounding, because it's so much needed for all of the Divine Feminines. The affirmation, I connect to the God Force within the Sphinx. And again, that's 20 of Judgment. It's actually Source backing up the High Priestess of your psychic energies. It was also coming up in the read that I just did as Judgment Day, Quasimodo Judgment Day. And that was Quasimodo Sunday is the second Sunday of Easter, which is coming up this weekend. And then the fire was on tax day. So 3 more cards came up. Let's see which ones came up first. Those were actually last. Alright, so 2 cards came up after the Sphinx. One is Lord Cthulhu, which just came up. 36, which is the 10 of Wands. That's, being so burdened that it needs to drop. Judgment was that big burden for Jesus, okay? And then 43 is the 3 of Cups, as it's 444. There's just 43 as well. So 43 is the 3 of Cups of joy and coming together. And 44, of course, is of the mastering, and 444 is very much angelic energy. So with the Three of Cups and the burdens, it's about coming together to confess, to lighten your load, to let go. And I'm not going to read all of these. You can read them on the screen. Okay? And Kuan Yin is the master of the 12th ray of unconditional love. And harmlessness and love and wisdom is also Lord Kuthumi. I'm open to learning and teaching. I act from my divine feminine wisdom. So that's for Kuan Yin, okay? So we have 1, 2. And then another one came out by itself, 16, which is the Pleiades. So that's the Tower energy. So you can also read that if you'd like to. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 1, which is that high vibe energy, and then we have 3. 1, 2, 1, 3. I'm getting like the energy loops, like 1, 2, 1, 3. Like the second loop is bigger. So now you're able to take bigger strides as you go forward. And here we have Commander Ashtar, number 39. 39 is the Knight of Cups. We have the Amethyst Skull, which already came up. Okay, which is 21, is the World of Completion. And definitely Karmic Completion came up in the read today. And then Archangel Retreats is number 50, which is that 10 of Cups, which also came up as the way we as a collective see ourselves, as that family, the 10 of Cups, which is really nice. So we had 4 and 3. So we have 1, 2 of the masculine and the feminine, then 1 again, and then 3 of coming together. And that's 7 altogether. So again, the Chariot awaits. And Chariot is also about the ascension. It's traveling up. There's no real wheels or horses on the Chariot. It ascends. All right, so we have 7 of that spiritual Zen. All right, so the endings are here. Family cycle completed. The Knight of Cups is out to offer love. Judgment is done in order to end the burden. The confessions need to come out. And we don't judge those who confess. We just allow them to confess. And allow things to unfold naturally, coming together in a sudden tower moment. Okay, and then again, Archangel Metatron was at the bottom of the deck. So now we have the past life deck here. Everyone take a deep breath. My foot is falling asleep. Okay. All right, so this April 26, 2019, for everyone watching in the best and highest good of all is concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? And we are still with Jesus here, please. Jesus. We are aligned, filling with only beautiful, organic, love, and diamond light, please. Okay, what is our guidance, Jesus? Take a deep breath, guys. The last one was just for a number. The bottom of the deck is Orphan. Okay, so you might be feeling alone. Okay, which is why you need to, which was talked about in the read today, that it's really important right now that we realign with our centeredness and connect again. And some of us may have been getting a little bit lazy about our spiritual practice every day because we're just tired, and a lot of heavy energies were coming in at us. So now it's to recenter yourself, allow yourself to fall a little bit, and then just get back up on the horse again. It's okay. It's all good. So the cards that we got here, you're never alone, and I have this here for you guys too. I don't know if it's going to read right. This says, the stone that I found, my daughter found this. She gave it to me. You aren't alone. Okay, so it's always here for you guys. So the knighthood came up first, upright. Okay, because this is like the knight, this is like the King of Swords, which we talked about in the read. The problem with the King and Queen of Swords is impatience. That was the message from the read today. That you can't get to the end of the deck, because Pentacles is the last suit of the journey in the tarot. And the problem with the King of Swords is he's not speaking his truth, but he's gone past the wands and the cups, right? He's mastered those things. But in mastering the swords, one must have patience. And if you know, as I do, because my father and mother were both Gemini, they do not have patience, especially with their words. They can be very verbally abusive. So it's about not only the king, but also the queen, and all of us in general learning to be patient and mastering our patience in order to get to the Pentacles mastery. All right. So here we have the knighthood. All right. Using impatience, because that was what he or we were taught in our family lineage. All right. So for me, my mother was very impatient. She had to wait for me for 5 minutes. She left without me. I had to walk home from high school, which was like an hour walk, because she had to wait 5 minutes, literally. So this is the example of we need to master our patience. This is why it's taken so long, because as you can imagine, that's a very difficult one to master. Very important there. So a second card came up here by itself, medicine man or woman, but today it's upright. It's saying if you need assistance with your physical health, don't hesitate to reach out and touch someone. A dream weaver, perhaps, and that came up in the read today. So you guys are the dream weavers. So if you feel unsure of yourself, but you may need assistance, why don't you try first reaching out to another twin who may be able to help you? Even if it's a medical issue, you can still go in and see your doctor. But if you want to reach out to another twin first, that's okay too. Of course, if it's urgent, don't wait, go in. But this is about alternative medicine man or woman, but even traditional when needed. But start with your dream weavers. You don't need a physical dream catcher to catch your dreams. You have your connection to your higher self. That's all you need. But if you are struggling with your abilities, certainly reach out to another twin. And this could actually represent these two together, your divine masculine, as a healer and a warrior. Okay? So it's the divine masculine within your masculine and within you. All right, so then we have two more cards that came up together, which are leaving or travel and vows, and they're very much the same tone and color. Okay, it's very vanilla or beige, as you might say. And I like that the light was right on there. It was right on the middle of the track. Okay, blinded by the light. That came up yesterday or the day before, so that's coming up again. Wrapped up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Okay, so we got a suitcase here. Getting ready to travel. So yesterday it was coming up as it's not a good time to travel because of the retrograde energies. But this I'm getting as traveling, going within, and we have the pyramid again. So again, the Sphinx, the Akashic Records, and Hollow Earth, that's coming up again to confirm that. Someone had vows, maybe even just to themselves, about leaving or travel. Maybe some that would never travel without their partner. But if there's any vows, period, and there's a match above vows, so it's always about your flame. There are no vows necessary except for the vow of you to your connection to your higher self. You don't need to make vows to anything else. So if you have some kind of vow about leaving or traveling without a partner, or someone who has a problem with traveling on a train, you need to break all of these vows and any fears. Okay, even fear of being alone, because the orphan came up. You know, this is very much of an orphan's kind of life, you know, the traveling salesman. may actually be an orphan or feel that way. And that's why they spend so much time alone, feeling misunderstood. But they also can be very manipulative, because the person who is hurting or ungrounded often then becomes manipulative. That's a natural process. I'm getting the house here and pi energy. So integrating the feminine, masculine within self helps bring you home to your stability, to your home, which is your heart. But also grounding, if you want to have the stability of a home and a roof over your head, there is nothing wrong with that. If you are on the road like a salesman, and that's true to your nature, there's nothing wrong with that. But more likely than not, that's not your authentic self. And it's just a learned behavior that you need to break that pattern of. It's like blinded by the light was coming up, like, shiny thing syndrome. The traveling salesman always thinking that the next stop will be better than the one he was at, right? Perpetual blindedness to the sparkly thing, but never really finding home. It's kind of like Dorothy leaving home, running away from home because you're so mad at your family. I'm never going back, that's that kind of vow that you make to yourself. But then her realizing at the end, there's no place like home. But it doesn't mean it's not greener on the other side. Are you being your authentic self in this life? And if not, you need to find what's greener out there for you. And break the vows. The only vow should be to yourself, your higher self. Your connection to that. Your flame, your third energy. Okay, let's see what cards came up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so the pile is 14, and the top card on the pile is the High Priest or Priestess. So use your abilities. Okay. Meditate, center yourself. It's all about reconnecting. I think for some of us, we've been taking a little bit of a break. So we have 14 here. And then it was 1 and 1 plus 2. So again, we have the 2 magicians, and then the 2 of the High Priestess using your abilities. We have that again here. And then the 14 plus 2 is 16. The 15 and 16 that came up with the devil and the tower energies of Notre Dame. And then 2 more. So we go from the 14 to the 16, and then 2 more for the 18. Okay, so from the angel to the tower of sudden epiphanies, sudden events, and then to the moon of being able to release those energies at the full moon or just at night to allow the purges to come out. Angels, when you get to the 16 of the tower energy, you must get to the 18 and let it be released. Okay? Is there anything else to this? And getting from Jesus that the traveling salesman, that was very much the energy of what he was doing, like being very nomadic. So unless that's true to your nature, that could be very much like a Sagittarius person who likes to just be on his own and travel around. But if it's not your way of life, then don't make it so. It has to be authentic to your true nature. Don't worry about vows you took or promises you made to others or to your parents or to your family or friends, or even to God. Your connection with your higher self is your connection to God, and that's the one that you need to focus on. Don't worry about your lineage, your warrior status, or your medical status. Whatever needs attention, give it attention. And also it's just about healing yourself. Whatever hurts, focus your energy on it. Go into it. Don't try to push it away. This is how you release it. And if it needs attention, then go see a doctor. Don't be afraid to do anything. Once you get there, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. But at least you want to make sure that everything's okay. Don't avoid doctor's appointments because you think you're above that. I mean, that's being ignorant for yourself, you know. If you're avoiding things, and I can't say I'm any better, because on this journey, I haven't been to any regular doctor's appointments, but I haven't felt anything bad. So if you're feeling stuff and you know you've been having discomforts and you're not sure it's just an ascension symptom, it might be a good idea to just get, you know, a regular checkup, doctor's appointment, or go to an alternative healer, whoever, okay? There's been a lot of stress on you, you know, with the tower moments and the moon energy, and feeling alone, the orphan here at the bottom of the deck. Don't feel like you need to be the superhero. That's not the point of this. The point is to love yourself first and give you care when you need it. Not to be the one who can't break, you know. You're not unbreakable. It's about being loved. You don't have to prove anything to anyone, even yourself. Okay, so now we have Journey of Love. It's just 2107. 21 is completion. 7 again is the Chariot. But also that very spiritual energy. It's the calm. It's so spiritual. It's the calm before the storm. It's like that vortex energy. Okay, so April 26, 2019. For everyone watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Jesus, what is our guidance here? Take a deep breath, everyone. Jesus, what is it? Patience. Patience. He's really testing me on patience here. So the bottom of the deck is Heart of the Moment, which is number 16, the Tower energy again. Okay. That's the Tower. And the card that came out was 60, which is peace. You know, that's the Six of Swords. It's all about finding peace. Riding the cosmic wave, allowing everything to unfold naturally, allowing yourself peace. There's nothing for you to stress about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we have 10 here in the pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So there's 10 in the pile here, which again is that high vibration. It's the Wheel of Fortune, your destiny. That high vibration. It's called She Loves, and it's 61. So we have 60 and 61. 61 is also the Liar, Cheater, Thief card because it's taking a risk. Don't stay inside the box in the vortex the whole time. Sometimes you have to go out into the vortex a little bit, or out into the hurricane or the cyclone to experience the thrill of it. Just don't go all the way out there. We're going to get flung and killed, right? So 10 plus the 1 that we got is 11. So it's all about justice. For the one who rides the wave, the cosmic wave, and she loves. It's all about the divine feminine. And they're both 6s of love. One is supported by Source, 0. The other one's supported by Magician embodiment. That's that manipulative energy. Even when it's upright, that's why it's a risk. Because it's a manipulation of energy. Okay, we're supposed to read 60 again. I think this came up this week. 60 says, riding the cosmic wave. You can be carried further by the cosmic wave than by your own efforts. Where you're going cannot be attained by effort. The effort, the discipline, prepares us for the leap. But after the leap, we are no longer sustained by our efforts, but by forces greater than us, the forces of love itself. You're stepping towards the edge, preparing to leap, and let the cosmic wave of love carry you forward. You shall be moved through grace into the new world awaiting you. This oracle brings a message. There is a time to work hard and a time to allow the fruits of one's labor to manifest, when one may be carried by forces set in motion by the energy of life itself. You can let go and move further, reach farther with less effort. Now is the time to give yourself permission to stop paddling and instead just ride the wave. Give in, let go, and be moved. And the poem simply states, Your spirit flies like the wind, warms like the sun, and watches like the sky. How wise the earth, waiting for the moment to be touched. Okay? So maybe we're being called, since we're riding the wave right now, to be touched by Mother Earth. Go out and enjoy the beach. Go to the mountains. Just go sit out in the grass. Take a walk. Look at the flowers. Go to Home Depot. Plant your flowers. Enjoy your time. Okay? Just kick back and be love. She loves. Justice of your destiny. And your chariot awaits. Okay. Rise and be love, guys. Drink your water and get your rest.